think a lot of us do in our 20s, or at least that I did, quick transparent moment, I dedicated a lot of my time into romantic relationships. I gave a lot of my time to the boys. I hate to say it. I didn't really take the chance to get to like learn myself and develop who I was. I just was kind of like chasing this like family figure, this like family facade I had. And now when I hear like talk of relationships or about like women going through stuff, I always encourage them to put themselves first, because these boys are not going nowhere. Yeah, I kind of wanted this like family, this family dynamic so bad. So I would put a lot of my time and energy into the romantic interest in my life. And you know, now that I'm older, I feel like that could have probably been put somewhere else. I know a lot of you can relate, and if you do hear me, the boys are not going, if you're watching this and you're a young woman, the boys are not going nowhere. Like, there is no need to try to chase after this family life and this I just want a partner, because at the end of the day, I think a lot of us think that a partner will complete us, and you have to learn how to complete yourself first. You have to really get this strong relationship where you love you first. So chasing behind that man is not really the lane you should be on. In my 30s, I could honestly say I am putting me, I call my 30s my selfish years, because it's all about me, myself, and I, which I feel like I've never did before. Yeah, my 30s, I feel like I got to know myself more. I got to develop and have a stronger sense of who I was and what I wanted and what I liked. I'm not opposed to romantic relationships. I'm definitely still for it, but I don't think it should become more prevalent than the relationship you have with yourself. You have to create that strong bond with yourself, because this is your life. This is all you have. Okay, so the second thing that I noticed that I gave a lot to in my 20s was definitely chasing money and chasing a lifestyle. Now, by all means, I'm not opposed to chasing money, because you need money in this world to survive. However, I wish I wouldn't have given it my all. Like, I didn't care what I was doing. I didn't care if my job was in alignment with who I was. What I cared about was the amount of money I took home. And what that has taught me, that actually gave me a very like valuable lesson, was that no matter how much money you bring home, after a while, you're gonna want a sense of purpose. You're gonna want to somewhat like what you're doing every day. You're not going to just go to work and, okay, I'm bringing this home, and just have like a disdain for your job on a daily. You're gonna want to enjoy what you're doing. Or at least it hit me more so once I reached my 30s. And I realized in my 30s that you can have the money and you can enjoy what you're doing simultaneously. You can have the money and you can enjoy what you're doing simultaneously. It doesn't have to be separate to where, you know, I don't like what I'm doing, I just have to make this quick buck. No, it could all be one. What I realized is that you only have one life, and you got to take risks, take gamble, and try stuff. And there's not a lack of money in this world. It's just about a blueprint of how to get it. I strongly believe that with whatever profession, there's money behind it. Anything you choose to do, anything you're passionate about, or like anything that your heart truly desires, I honestly believe there's money behind it. You just have to learn how to get it. So I feel like in my 20s, I kind of thought like money was constricted to only like certain job titles or professions. But in my 30s, I'm realizing there's an abundance of money. There's not a lack of money. Do what your heart desires. Do what you want to do. The money will come. Figure out the blueprint. The money will come. So I feel like in my 20s, I kind of wished I would have just put a little bit more into digging deep inside of what I want versus what's gonna be my next, like how can I fund this next trip, or how can I fund, you know, it was more so like that, like what can I do to fund this lifestyle, or how can I get this. I didn't really look inside and dig deeper. And that's something that I wish I would have done more so in my 20s. So that is definitely number 2. Last but not least, I guess this kind of goes hand in hand with number 2, but I feel like my third one is kind of like, so I feel like in my 20s, I kind of just lived life day by day. I kind of just went with the flow. And I never had like a full plan for my life. And I didn't take the time to construct and design the life that I want. And in my 30s, I realized I can design the life I want to have. I can design whatever I can design how I want this life of mine to play out. I'm the designer of my life. And in my 20s, I feel like I kind of just like aimlessly was walking through life. You know, I would wake up on Tuesday, and whatever Tuesday brought me is what I was gonna take. You know, instead of directing my Tuesday like, this is what's going down today, this is what's happening, this is what's moving. I guess you could say I was a free spirit, and I'm still somewhat of a free spirit, but I have more control and more reign over what happens now in my daily activities, if that makes any kind of sense. I feel like I'm kind of talking in circles, but I know what I'm trying to convey. What I'm trying to say is that in my 30s, I am definitely now the designer of my destiny, the designer of my life. I have a blueprint, I have a plan, I have that, like, I have what I should be accomplishing by every couple of months, because I realize nothing is going to like miraculously just fall into my lap. Opportunities may present itself, which you do want to be prepared for, but nothing is just going to like spill into my lap one day and this is gonna happen. I design what I want to happen next. So in my 30s, I feel like I am definitely the designer of my life in my 30s. I'm more mindful, I'm more aware, I'm more conscious. Like, I know exactly what's going on and what I have to do to get to where I need to go. I hope you guys truly enjoyed this video. This was just a simple, quick, you know, whenever something like comes to my mind and I feel like I want to share it, that's when I record. Unfortunately, I know I need to be more consistent, but that's when I record, and this video quickly came into my mind and I wanted to get it out and share. I hope you guys find it useful. If you notice any differences that you may have experienced, please leave it in the comments, because I love to read it, I love to engage, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for joining me. Bye.